Hey guys, so I know this video is not our usual setting, but I've kind of just been having something on my mind and it just hit me. I've really been wanting to record me kind of talking about this. If you follow me on Instagram, then you know that I recently did a Soundcloud kind of clip where I just was speaking my mind and the thoughts I've been having lately, and you guys really enjoyed that and I got a lot of feedback from that. And I know I kind of have a base here on YouTube, and I feel like there are people here who will enjoy me and relate to me on this too. So if you haven't checked out my SoundCloud one, I will link it down below. It was just a really quick impromptu blurb of me talking about what's on my mind, just as this one is. So I won't waste any time, so let's get right into it. I'm actually on my way to Buffalo Wild Wings right now. I just ordered me some wings, boneless of course, but literally as I'm about to walk out the door, it finally hit me and I just have to get this off my chest. So I was studying my Instagram and my YouTube, and I was just on Instagram and just looking at other people and comparing per usual, which you're not supposed to do. And I'm going to a casting tomorrow, and I ended up like trying to look for outfit inspiration, and I was like, let me look on my own Instagram to try to see what I got, see what I've put together before, and kind of like, just go off of that. So as I was on my Instagram, it just hit me that like, sometimes I really feel like I have a fear of being great. Like, our greatest fear is not that we will fail, but that we will be great beyond belief, or like that we will succeed beyond belief. I don't know exactly how that quote goes, but there's a lot of times where I know I can do great in an area, or I know I'm amazing at something, or I see something starting to catch. Even like my Instagram followers, like wanting to keep everyone in the loop about what I'm doing and constantly post and have good quality posts, and here on YouTube and wanting to create constant content. And sometimes I find myself like wanting to do something and then not doing it because I kind of talk myself out of it by downplaying it. And it's like, nah, stop downplaying yourself. You know what you believe in. You're not even giving yourself a chance to try. You're not, like making that effort. And sometimes I feel like, sometimes I get fucked up in my head when I start thinking that making effort to change and do something better is just changing and switching up and not being true to yourself. And I feel like that's like ideas that have been put in my head like from a kid. Like, I feel like those kind of ideas like date back for me to like middle school and high school, and like being with groups of friends, and then like when I go to different groups of friends feeling like, oh, she's being fake with this group of friends because she's over here acting like this. And it's like, no, there's just different sides of me that are brought out in different, from different people. And even friends that you have and that you grow from, and it's like, oh, you changed, and it's like, no, I'm actually trying to grow and become better. So I feel like sometimes my fear of like changing or being fake or not being true to myself stops me from being great. And it's like, nah, that's not even your thoughts. That's thoughts that have been put in your head over time, and it's doing exactly what whoever said those things want you to do, like want them to do. These are things people say or have said to me, or not even said to me personally, or just things that I've absorbed from the world and taken them as my own ideas and beliefs. And sometimes it takes me to be like, hey, those aren't your thoughts, and matter of fact, fuck that, because they're wrong and you can be great. And I also have to remember that it's never too late to be great. Like, sometimes I feel like, oh, I'm slipping off, or I missed the mark, or even everything like now is oversaturated. So we always constantly feel like, oh, it's too late for me to start this. I'm not going to be able to jump in. Or, oh, so many people have already been successful in this area. Like, I can't be good or thrive in that area. And it's like, it's unfair for me to count myself out in areas that I have not tried in. And it's crazy, like, I'm saying this to y'all, but like, I'm really saying this to me, because with one of my things right now is modeling. Like I said, tomorrow I'm going to a casting. I need to actually hurry up because I did call Buffalo Wild Wings, but like I said, I had to get this off my mind. But yeah, so like modeling, like I feel like, I don't know, something about having this short hair just makes me feel like a naked canvas, and I'm like, ooh girl, model, like do something, you know, like really get out there, let people see your face, you know, because I feel like I'm gonna get older and I'm gonna regret not taking advantage of what I look like now in my body, and not taking advantage of my body and what I look like, but you know, actually, you know, putting to work what God gave me, like. And I feel like sometimes I'm like counting myself out because I feel like, oh, there's gonna be someone who's more, or I don't, how can I prove that I can, you know, fulfill the areas that need to be fulfilled, or like what makes me feel like I can do that. And it's like, but it's so crazy to me because like that's like what my brain does to me whenever I think about going out and doing something big, or like, I don't know, like my brain just always does these things to me. But it's crazy because I'll look at myself in the mirror and I'll talk about myself and all these things, and I'm like, bitch, you're the baddest, you're gonna be a model, you're gonna pop off YouTube, like, you know, you're really living your best life, you know, enjoy your art, like really, you know, like you gas yourself. Like on the inside, I know that I could pop in whatever I do. On the inside, I know that I'm me, and that anything that I feel or that I think wouldn't be a thought that I feel or I think if it wasn't meant for me to have. Do you get what I'm saying? So like the idea that I want to do something bigger than this, the idea that, okay, now you want to be a model, those are things that can be accomplished. And I need to like start truly believing in that and stop having those side pessimistic thoughts and ideas. Subconsciously, those little thoughts are what's holding me back from taking the leap, from making those jumps, from being consistent, from putting myself out there, from doing those photo shoots. And like, I don't know, I just really need to stop shitting on myself, literally, because that's what it is. I'm holding myself back. Like, it's literally afraid of being great. Like, nah, like, why can't you? It's so frustrating. And it's like, I know I'm amazing, and I know that all these things, it's, fuck. I guess I don't want to blame it on like what other people think, because I was going to say it's like having a sandwich and knowing it's so good, but you don't want anyone else to try it, because if they say it's not good, then it's going to fuck up whether or not you think it's good. But it's the opposite for me. It's like, I know this sandwich is so good, and I know that if I shared this sandwich, that other people would love it and that it would pop. So what am I afraid of? Like, what's stopping me from doing it? And sometimes, I'm not even going to lie, sometimes this is where the trying comes in. Sometimes what stops me from letting other people try the sandwich is because, let me paint this picture for you. For me, I can eat the sandwich plain, just turkey and mustard. You know what I'm saying? And that's amazing to me. But someone else might like a little more jazz on theirs. And I feel like sometimes, like I said, trying, like sometimes the idea of having to go back to the kitchen and put a little extra more on there for them is like, oh no, that's out of my character. I'm not gonna, like, I can't do that. That's gonna be too much work. And that's the shit that I'm saying. That's my brain doing exactly what those thoughts are meant to do. Like, they're stopping me from taking that extra effort and then saying, going in the kitchen and then whipping up that sandwich and then being like, look, here. Matter of fact, I made one for you and here's this one for me. This is how it works for me, but I can make it work for you too, you know? Like, I'm afraid, like, I'm honestly sometimes afraid that I'm gonna be great, and that's scary to know that, like, I'm the only person holding me back. I don't want to cry, but literally that's scary, bro. Like, it's scary knowing that you're the only person holding you back. Like, I'm the only person holding me back, and damn, I just said that out loud. Shit. See, and that's why I need to start talking out loud and sharing more, because these are the kind of realizations and things that I need to speak and conclusions that I come to in my head and that I don't really speak out loud, and I'm just trying to work on like genuinely capturing that and expressing that in a way that I feel like other people can understand, and I feel like I'm that other person. Like, I'm doing it so other people can relate to me, but I'm the person who I want to be able to relate to me. I want to look at these videos and see myself in a mirror and be able to be like, boom, 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 stop playing yourself, you know? Like, I can't be afraid to be great, and I can't be afraid to use the powers that God has given me and the gifts that I have. I guess, like, what I would say to myself if I was someone else would be to breathe. Always breathe. And again, but actually relax this time. And then I would remind myself that I'm going to look at myself in this camera and say, Nye, you have the power. You have the power. You have the power to be great. You have the power to do amazing things. You have the talent, the ability, and the will to learn, to put this shit to work. Trying does not mean changing for the worse. Trying does not mean going out of what's natural for you. To try is to better, to work on something, to fail and to make it better, or to succeed and learn to make it better. Try, Nye, try. Do not be afraid to try, because being afraid to try is being afraid to fail, and you cannot make progress that way. You have to get out of your comfort zone. You have to go for it. You have to jump now. It's like monkey bars. Sometimes you have, like, not sometimes, you have to let go of one hand before you can get to the next monkey bar. You have to have that jump, that leap, that push that gets you to the next step. And sometimes there's a second of what the fuck before you get your hand on another stable bar. And even once you're there and both hands are on the bar, there's still that fear that you'll drop. So just go for it. I mean, if there's a fear that you'll drop either way, wouldn't you want to do it in the way that you could have made it across? Like, don't just sit there, silly. Like, do something with yourself. Go be great. Like, go be great. Stop being silly. You're being a clown right now, and you're playing yourself. Stop playing yourself. No one is going to want your life to be great more than you're going to want your life to be great. No matter how silly you feel when it comes to sharing stuff, and, you know, whether it comes to art, talking, personality, going out, just in general, when it comes to life, being afraid of putting yourself out there gets you nowhere. So just fucking do it. Just fucking do it. You'll thank me later, and you'll thank me later about this, and I needed this pep talk for myself. It's definitely 15 minutes. I'm sure my food's ready by now. So it's time for a shift. It's time for a change. No, but really, get some shit done this month. You got, 5 more months in this year? Get some shit done. Be proud of yourself. But also, don't pressure yourself. Don't rush yourself. And trust your process. That was easy. So let me know what you guys think, and if you want more of this, because I'm definitely going to have more, because I have so much more to say. Love you guys.